Okay, those of you just in, same rules. Turn off your cell phones, etc. No video of the news conference on your phones. And when we get to the players and the coach, will have you raise your hand, be recognized, and then give your name and affiliation, etc., etc. So, Skip, congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Give us an overview.
Yeah, I thought Sandlin set the tone early, executing one pitch at a time. That's what we talked about. We practiced it actually the other day in the shadowing. Jimmy getting a big hit, separating the game. When you get a separating the game early, you tend to, your breaking ball gets better, your fastball command gets better, getting a lead early, and then it's just about establishing the strike zone and throwing strike one and going pitch to pitch. And really proud of our club. Hats off to Texas A&M. Had a really good team to navigate through that lineup. It was really hard at times, and just really proud of our baseball team and what we've done.
Okay, let's go to the student athletes. Questions? Mitch.
Mitch Kutcher, CDBS 247. David, how much emphasis was put on getting first pitch strikes against these Aggie hitters that are notorious for taking pitches, and how does that help you set up for success?
I mean, it's just important to anybody you play to get first pitch strike. I mean, that's the goal every time as a pitcher. So just going out there and throwing, that was the goal the whole time.
Okay, right here.
John Hoover, All Sooners. David, a question about your readiness for this moment, career-high strikeouts. You came in relief the other day. Did that prepare you in any way against this team to see any of the, whether it's the environment or the hitters or whatever?
I mean, absolutely. Just got me ready for the atmosphere that I was going to be in, and to mentally prepare almost more for this game and just trust everything I had. I think I tried a little too hard. And as Coach Johnson says, you can't do that. I don't want to get geared up when I don't need to be. So.
Okay, Aaron.
Aaron, 51 Baseball. Jimmy, from your perspective, what did you see out of David today, and maybe that was different from the last time out here a few days ago, and what was the game plan specifically against this A&M offense?
Like Skip and David preached, I mean, just throwing the first strike was a big key with him. I mean, that's with every pitcher. But the difference with him, I mean, he's not used to coming out of the pen, which, I mean, some pitchers aren't. But he turned it around. Today he was just a bulldog on the mound. He just threw first pitch strike, get after it, get ahead, and then just kept rolling.
Okay, over here.
Edward Oswich, Soonerscoop.com. David, just as far as getting out of the top of the fourth, 2 on, no out, come back and strike out the side, how much did that just push you through the rest of the back half of the game?
I mean, it helped for sure. I was just focused on just 1 out at a time. I mean, just 1 pitch at a time, executing spots, whatever Jimmy called. I just wanted to execute it to the best of my ability, no matter if there was runners on, bases loaded, no outs, 2 outs, whatever happened. I just wanted to execute what he called.
Okay.
Jordan McAlpin with the Omaha World-Herald. Jimmy, take me back to that first inning. How important was that to get you guys going there?
I mean, it's really important for us to score first. I mean, that's the whole game. I mean, you just got to score more than the other team. But yeah, no, our approach is just to be aggressive and just do our thing. And getting I don't know if Spike got on first. I don't know. But getting base runners on, letting our base running be aggressive is important. And then just hitting in the gaps is what we try to do, and just stick with our approach and see what happens. So.
Matt Tallarini from World Baseball Network. David, how did you feel today? 12 strikeouts, 7 relentless innings pitched. You got ahead of a lot of counts today through their heart of the order. How did you just feel on the mound overall today?
I mean, I felt pretty good. I just trusted my preparation. Like, I've been working towards it all year, and I feel like today was more muscle memory than anything up there on the mound, just going out there and just executing, don't think about things too much.
Okay, back here.
Josh Calley with All Sooners. Just for both guys, you guys could just walk through the emotions and the feeling when Trevin gets that last out. You guys know you've punched your ticket to be one of the final 2 teams playing this weekend.
David, you start.
I mean, it still feels kind of surreal. I don't know about for Jimmy. I mean, we'll feel it come Saturday, and we'll be ready for Saturday. So. Yeah,
I mean, Trevin, I mean, he's awesome, man. He knows he's going to have the spotlight on him at the end. But I mean, any guy at the pen is going to have a role, and they're going to do their thing. But when Trevin comes out there, we have all the confidence in the world that he's going to just throw strikes and then get us out of that inning and hopefully just finish it. And then going into this championship series or whatever, I think we're just going to stay calm and relax and just play our game.
Okay, here in the back. I can't see.
Lee Benson from KWTV News 9 in Oklahoma City. Jimmy, in the fourth inning, you went out and talked to David, and I think the next pitch was a base hit, but then after that, I think David retired 12 of the next 13 guys. So curious, what was that mound visit about?
Just tell him to be relaxed. I mean, I don't really tell David much, not with any other pitchers either anyways. I just told him to relax, do their thing, and just pound the zone. After getting that hit, I knew he was in the zone. I mean, that's what kind of going, and then he just struck out the next three batters. So.
Okay, we have a Zoom question. Give us your name and affiliation, please.
Yeah, Jenny Carlson with the Oklahoman. Jimmy and David, if you could both just talk about yesterday, you guys made a trip over to Old Rosenblatt. I know it's pretty much gone, but got to see some of the remnants. What did that mean for you guys to make that trip and now to join other Sooner teams that have made the finals? What's sort of the significance of that for you guys?
I mean, as Coach Johnson said to us, it's a part of us. The history and everybody that's played at the University of Oklahoma before us is just as important as the team we have now. They laid the groundwork for us, and we just need to keep going.
Yeah, he hit it right on the nail. So.
Okay, one more Zoom question. Name and affiliation, please.
Hi, Tarek Mosseri, Norman Transcript. This question's for David. Just coming into this game, you got 3 early strikeouts in the first inning, and then you got 1 to end the second. It looked like you were pretty emotional after that punch out. How much did that kind of fuel you for the rest of the game?
I mean, I just, tried to build off of everything that was going on in the game. I like to play with emotions. I know sometimes that's not the best thing to do, but that's who I've been, who I always will be. And it just goes back to the execution, like we've said. I mean, as long as I kept doing that, that's really what fueled me, is to see everything working when Jimmy was calling it. So.
Okay, guys, that looks like it'll be it for you two until Saturday. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
If you have any other needs, Eric will help you out with any other players you might need. Thanks, man. Now, questions for Skip. And we'll start right here with Jordan.
Jordan McAlpin from the Omaha World-Herald. Skip, just walk us through from your vantage point, what was working for David out there today?
His fastball command and his slider, and just trying to keep those guys off balance as much as you can. Like he said, getting strike one was really huge for him, and then trying to locate a pitch after that. And I thought his changeup was good late. At times he threw some curveballs off of sliders that were really good as well.
Okay, Josh.
Josh Cal with All Sooners. Skip, can you just talk about the value that Jimmy brings to this team, both obviously his bat and also just the reliable glove behind the plate, and also kind of massaging the pitchers through games all throughout this run?
Well, I think it's missed from the catching standpoint. I mean, the leadership that he provides, the comfort when he goes to the mound and either chews their butt out or gets them fired up or makes them execute pitches. I think that leadership from the catching standpoint is what is really needed. We've had guys in the past, I've had guys in the past that were really good at that, and we work really hard on that as a staff to teach that. Coach Overcash works with the catchers and does a great job at teaching that leadership quality, and those guys really, they know that Jimmy cares about them because they know he'll put his body in front of it, he'll play hurt. He's just a baseball player. He's, and he's a prospect too.
Mitch Kutcher, CBS 247. Coach, how crucial is it for you, for David, or for you and the team, for David to pitch his way out of the fourth after giving up the back-to-back hits?
Yeah, I listened to what whoever said about the fourth inning. I think he was really, really executing pitches in that inning. I mean, you look at all the guys that are really good in pitching, and it's really the only thing you can control is throwing the ball at the target and executing a pitch. You can't control the outcome. You might be able to think you control the outcome, but if you're trying to make those guys swing and miss, they don't swing. And I thought that was for him to focus like that in the middle of a game in that environment was a high elite level of focus and concentration and execution of pitches.
Okay, John.
Skip, John Hoover, all Sooners. Can you describe the importance of David's performance today as it relates to how your starting pitching sets up, avoids tomorrow, for instance, and then obviously keeps your bullpen fresh for the rest of the weekend?
I mean, it's huge. I mean, now Bennett can go on a full week's rest. They're used to doing that. Anytime you get them off that, you kind of worry about it a little bit. We actually threw a bullpen for Bennett just in case he had to throw tomorrow, just to stay ahead of the game. And then Horton will have a full game's rest of going into his outing, probably the second game. And then we'll just get a cowboy hat and pull names out of it after that and go from there.
We have a Zoom question, so please give us your name and affiliation again. Ask your question.
Eric Bailey with the Tulsa World. Skip, I wanted to ask you, just there was no jubilant celebration after it. It looked like they were still all business after they got the game's final out. How much does that impress you? And do you still see the same signs as you've had from past teams that you've coached that have reached this point?
I mean, I think those kids are focused, and I don't know if it's dogpiling or whatever it is. I mean, it's kind of weird sometimes. I don't tell them not to dogpile, I can tell you that. And I'm real emotional. It might not seem like I am. I'm just thanking Jesus for the moment, really, and all the people that are pulling for a bunch of guys named David. So it's and happened to be David pitching today.
Okay. One more question from Zoom. Please give your name and affiliation.
Hey, Skip, Jenny Carlson with the Oklahoman. I asked the guys about the trip to Rosenblatt. Could you give us a little insight on when you decided you wanted to do that and what that was like to see your guys on, what's essentially baseball hallowed ground?
Yeah, for sure. That's why I have the best baseball operations guy in baseball, Ryan Gaines. He came to me before we went over to practice, and he goes, "Man, I got a good idea." I asked him, "What's that?" And he goes, "Let's go over to Rosenblatt." I'm like, "That's cool. Let's go over there to kind of show those guys where this place has been, what the College World Series is about, where they played it, where the Oklahoma Sooners won the last national championship in 1994 on, and it was really big." And just explain to them when they before they got off the bus to, this is what college baseball is about. I remember it was like an airport, balls leaving that yard, but I got to play in 2009 in Rosenblatt, and it was really special, and didn't get to come back in 2010, but got to open up 2011 here. So it's a great place.
Okay, go ahead in the back here.
There's Lee.
Yeah, Lee Benson from KWTV News 9. In that fourth inning, Coach, I know you talked a little bit about it already, but it looked like David's, maybe his release point, he was kind of high on those curveballs, leaving them upstairs, and Jimmy wouldn't talk to him. And just how impressive is it for him to kind of correct that and come back and strike all those guys out and kind of adjust and pitch the way he did the rest of the way?
Well, you get in that situation, it's really not about mechanics. It's just about your mental side of executing a pitch one pitch at a time. And you don't want to talk about mechanics. It gets away from just executing a pitch. But that's the leadership Jimmy showed to execute the pitch one pitch at a time. I mean, that level of focus, what he did after that, really him releasing the pitch and getting to the next pitch. It's 100% of what you got to get to the next pitch. In control yourself. And we talk about that a lot. And I don't know if I've seen all year long, an execution of what he did. I mean, it was pretty fun to watch.
Okay, Edward.
Thank you. Finally, Eddie Radosevich, Soonerscoop.com. Just as far as how fitting is it that it's a guy named David that goes out and does what he does today, and how special is this group just to you personally?
Yeah, I mean it's really special, man. A guy named David, and that's really what started this deal. It started with a line spike at the beginning of the year, then it's transitioned to David and being just a bunch of Davids, and really proud of those guys. They really have been selfless. I mean, Chaz is biting at the bullet to go down in the bullpen. You could see him getting ready for the whatever inning it was. It was going in the seventh, and we had a list of guys that we were going to use him in that list. And then when it got to the eighth inning, I was going to go with Trevin because the matchups were better for Trevin than it was for Chaz, and he hadn't thrown, and Chaz is one of our better arms. And you got to keep telling those guys, hey, finish, keep looking at it, keep working at it, keep dreaming, doing all those little bitty things that get those guys out there on the mound.
Okay, time for one more question. If not, we'll have more questions for you on Friday at 11.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Bill.